You a little surprised? What do you think of the way things drew out for you?
We're very happy to be in the top 4, without a doubt. That's a great seed, I think, and it's every team's difficult at this point. We've played Missouri already, Illinois, Chicago. We don't know much about. We'll do some planning on that one. Of course, Kentucky we've played as well. If we happen to go that far, there's a lot of ifs and buts out there right now. But excited to be a high seed and the opportunity to play at home. I mean, that was a #1 goal coming into the season, was to be able to try and host the regionals and the super regionals if we happen to win that.
So you finish against Stanford, you get the sweep there. How confident were you guys finishing with that series going into today?
Very confident, I think. I think that we've done enough work through the season. We played a lot of top 25 teams. I think 20 games. I think we'd played against the top 25, and we've been fortunate to have a pretty good record against those teams. We had a little lapse here with 6 losses. Let's face it, we pretty much tied for the Pac-12 championship, but just lost on a rain out. Potential there. So I think we deserve our seed.
You lose to the UWs and to UCLA, but yet you come out with this top 4 seed. A few weeks ago, did you think you'd be sitting in this spot, or could you have imagined that you could have gotten to this level?
No, not really. I think we were scraping to get the top 8. I thought we might have been in trouble there. Obviously, with the Pac-12 being so strong this year with Washington, UCLA, Arizona, it's tough to imagine 4 of us in the top 8, and I believe that's what they've done, right? They put 4 of us in there. So we're fortunate. I think it says a lot about the Pac-12 this year that we're very strong, and hopefully that will continue into the postseason.
Finally, a little respect for the conference, right? No, the SEC bias.
Yeah, well, we played a lot of SEC teams between us. Washington went out and swept Alabama out there, and so I think we've earned some respect over the last year. I think our pitching is a lot better this year throughout the conference. I think that's helped us, and again, we'll see what happens.
Is there a little bit of comfort or a little bit of excitement, I guess, with knowing that you could see Utah in the Supers?
Well, there's no, we won't see Utah. I don't think it's Kentucky, more or less. But there's no comfort. I mean, it's a brand new season. Everybody's 0-0, and the game doesn't know who's highest seed. It's going to reward the team that plays the best, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to play the best to be able to win. And fortunately, we're all pretty healthy, and we'll have 3 good pitchers ready to go, and hopefully we can continue to score some runs. I think we played pretty well the last few weeks, and obviously that's what you need to do. Get a little bit of luck, play well at the right time, and make the most of the opportunity.
The analysis on the TV was that you guys are young and scrappy. Is that how you would define your team?
Yes, it is. It's very much so, especially the pitching staff. But that was a word we used with the team, was we want to be scrappy. And, there's nothing wrong with being scrappy. Last year we probably had all the big names in the world out there and we didn't get it done. So, if we're going to have to scrape, find a way, the most important statistic out there is the W. And that's what we've been stressing this year. Find a way to come out with a win.
Do you like having the super spread over 3 days?
Yes, I do. I think I think it's good for the game myself. I know last year we were the beneficiary of it a couple years ago in Texas. They had to come straight back and play us again, and last year we were on the receiving end of it. And it's extremely difficult to turn a team around in 20 minutes and be ready to play. There's a lot at stake. The girls have worked very, very hard, so I think it's good for the game, and that's the right thing that should be done right now.
In the last couple years, I know you can go through the regular season with a pitching staff and throwing different pitchers different days. But as you get deeper into the postseason, and as you get to the postseason, some teams end up throwing just one pitcher. Do you think you're going to try and stick with that different pitcher, different day, or you're going to try and go with Megan or Miranda or Maggie for a long time?
I think we're going to see how the matchups go. I foresee that Megan's going to be a starter, more than a reliever. She hasn't shown well as a reliever in a lot of times, so I think that Megan will definitely be one of those starters and probably Ballant, and then maybe Elish is that reliever at this point. But nothing's penciled in. It could be a setup where maybe, maybe Elish is the one to start against UIC. I don't know. We just see this week, see how everybody looks, see how everybody feels, and go from there.
Do you like having a couple of familiar opponents in there, like a Missouri and a Kentucky, or would you rather have some people you've never seen before?
I think it's it's good. I mean, it can go either way. I mean, obviously, we faced Missouri, I think, in the third week of the season. They've probably changed a lot since that time, and Kentucky was like the second or third week. So there's a lot of things that can change over that time. We haven't seen Wisconsin. I mean, that's another good team that's done pretty well in the Big Ten. So again, as we get deeper into it and I start looking at what they've been doing over the last few weeks, I think that's more important than when we played them early in the season.
A lot of times in a tournament like this, people harp on having veterans there, but you guys are so young. Is that sort of an advantage in a way because they don't really know what to expect once they go out there?
Very much could be. Sometimes just going out and playing the best you can. I mean, obviously our freshmen have been huge this year. Ballant, Rhodes, those guys have all done a great job. Camuso, have been hitting very well for us, and with Alice as well. She swung the bat pretty good. I brought her in against Florida State, got a big hit, and last weekend another big hit. So those guys right now are playing very well. So hopefully it will continue. They're great to coach. I mean, I just love coaching them. They really want to soak everything up and learn from experience, and hopefully we'll go deep and we'll give them some more experience. So next year we're not quite as young.
How much do you think having that Florida State series at the end of the season, as opposed to the beginning of the season, sort of helped you maybe with how you were seeded in terms of being able to sweep them?
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, especially after they beat Florida, I think that was a huge win for us, and gave us a good feeling. We wanted to we built it up as a super regional in our minds, a potential, and so we played it like one, and I thought we played very well. So hopefully that will be something we can build on going forward.